Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So today, as from the title you can see, we are going to try on some Amazon makeup brushes. Like these are really cheap brushes. Like I got them at very low price, but I hope they will work great. So this is the package of I got from Amazon. So as you can see, this is the package. This is the thing I got from Amazon. So this is the thing inside. The brushes are inside. So let's pretend like it's not open, but as I have to open it and sanitize it, but we're going to pretend it's not open and it's whole new. I got it yesterday. I have to open and sanitize it. Before that, subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so every time I upload a new video, you get notified. So guys, without further ado, let's get into the video. So this is the makeup brush I got. It is in really nice pack. It costed me rupees 3 in Indian rupees 399. I guess they are in some kind of like sale. It is priced rupees 1599. I hope you can see 1599, but I got it in sale. So they are having some kind of off. So this is the thing. This is the pack I got. First of all, I'm going to say this bag or this thing is very plasticky smell. It have a really plasticky smell. With this much of money, this little much of money, obviously it's going to be like this. So yeah, this is the whole set I got of brushes. This is the makeup brushes. You can see everything is there from this brow thing, from a spoolie to like brow comb, this padded thing. I hope you can see. I don't know who uses this nowadays. Nobody uses that. So yeah, a fan brush, a bronzer brush, a blush brush, a foundation brush, and different kinds of eye brushes, different small eye brushes. What kind of thing is this? I hope you can see this kind of brushes. Yeah, so yeah, a highlighter brush. Nowadays nobody uses this highlighter brush. It's crooked, it's a bit crooked. Yeah, so okay, so I've sanitized those, so let's get started. So for the starter, I'm going to keep this aside, and apply a base. So for the base, I'm going to use an aloe vera gel in my hand. For this much of aloe vera gel, as you can see. So I'm going to apply this aloe vera gel with my hands only. I'm not going to use any brushes because I'm not. So I hope you can see this aloe vera gel. I really like applying aloe vera gel in my face at the beginning. Don't be too harsh on your face. So for the moisturizer, I am going to use this moisturizer. This is my favorite moisturizer, Physioactive moisturizer. This is it. I am going to use this small dollop and massage it in my face. And for the primer, I'm going to use this poreless primer, the one pore minimizing primer. So for that, I'm not going to use my hand. I really like using my beauty sponge for this. This is the used one. I really use this one for my poreless ear. So I'm going to put this. It will cut out the excess shine in my pore area. So I'm going to apply a bit of powder over it, as I like applying powder. A translucent powder, whatever you have. Very little, like not very much. It helps my foundation to stay for a much longer time as I am very oily. My skin is oily. Okay, so where the foundation is concerned, okay. So this is for the starters. Now I'm going to apply the foundation. Foundation. So I'm going to use this NYX foundation. Okay. And I'm going to apply it with this brush. This brush. Okay, the bristles of the brushes, they are like synthetic. Obviously they are synthetic, they can't be a natural brush. They are really easy to use, and this brush are really soft. Don't forget your neck, guys. So I'm going to blend my, which one is my foundation brush? There are so many brushes I can't. Okay, let's see this kind of brush. I guess it will work like a kabuki brush. It is shaped like that, but it's a bit deformed because it was in this. It is a kabuki brush, kind of. That only it is meant to blend foundation. So I'm going to first blend my foundation with this. I don't really like using brushes for my face as they give a really streaky. They give a really streaky after finish. Every time I have to go with beauty blender at last. So as you can see, the foundation is all done. The brush gave me a like light finish. Like it was tricky at the beginning, but you have to blend a lot. It's not a fault of brush. Any kind of brush you use, it will give you a streaky effect. But I used 2 pump of my foundation, and it ended up looking natural. Like my foundation is very light coverage. That's why. It's not the fault of the brush, but it's end up looking good. At last I went with this sponge and gave it a like this dot to get any excess stress mask off, streaky mask off. Okay, so I'm done with my face, as you can see. So I'm now going to apply a concealer. So for the concealer, I like using this Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the color, I don't know, whatever it is, Shan Beige 20 Shan Beige. Yeah, Sand Sable. It's something Sand Sable in color 20. I liked, so I'm going to apply with another brush. What kind of brush should I use for that? Okay, and first I'm going to apply this with this. So as you can see, I've applied, and now I'm going to blend with the same foundation brush. Yes. So as you can see, not my foundation, my concealer is blended. I used a much more lighter shade under to get that white eye. And I'm going to use a bit darker color underneath that to give it a blend. I like to use 2 color. I have to use my sponge. It's really streaky. So as you can see, I'm done with my concealer. So I'm going to now apply some powder. So for the powder, I'm going to use this big blush kind of brush. This is actually for powder and your blushes. So I'm going to apply some. Okay, I'm going to use this Fit Me powder, like Fit Me Matte Polish 120 under my eyes, and for the rest of my face, I'm going to use Maybelline Super Stick. So yeah. So yeah. It's very hard to open this. I don't really like to bake. The bristles are really soft, it's not poking like some synthetic brush, they really poke. So as you can see my face, it's not even streaky, as at last I have to go with that. So I'm going to use now this Maybelline Super Safe New York, this thing. I hope you can see. It's crumbly. I actually broke it. So you can see it's really crumbly. I broke it once. So it's going to give me a color back, as I am looking like a pale white ghost right now, and I can see that. Sorry for my neighbor, they're obnoxiously loud every time. So it gave me a life back. So now as you can see, I'm looking really flat. So I'm going to use a bronzer. So for the bronzer, I'm going to use this brush, big fan brush kind of thingy. So I'm going to use this. Okay. So you can see I got too much on my brush. It's too much. Oh my god. Every time I apply too much of bronzer. So you can see I've applying my bronzer. Actually the bristles of this brushes is like a bit crooked, and it's giving me a like off kind of vibe. But the other brushes worked fine. I'm not liking this brush actually. It's not giving me, see, it's really patchy. It's not the product, as I have been using this for like a very long time. It's the brush only, it's couldn't blend it. I hope I have to use this brush, like the foundation brush, or this. Okay, I have this brush also, this, as you can see, a bit angled cut. I am going to use this for my brush. Okay, it's working much more nicely. I'm not going to contour my nose because I really like the shape of my nose, whatever I have. Sorry for the loud noise, guys. So as you can see, my bronzer is all done. Okay. So now I'm going to apply. It's too much powder everywhere. My bronzer is all done. So now I'm going to use this big fluffy brush. This brush for my blush. So this is my blush. Tap the excess off. It does a really good job in blushing, as it is so dense. It applies very nicely. I have like over blushed, I guess. No, you can't over blush. It's looking good. So now for the eye part. So I'm going to do a very plain simple eye. So for that I'm going to lay some like my, I'm not using any base. I just wanted to see like how those things work. So for that I have to use like a lot of brushes. Okay, I haven't used highlighter, right? So I'm going to use a highlighter brush for this brush. As you can see, this fan brush. Nobody actually uses this kind of brush right now, but still. So I'm using this Maybelline Master Chrome, this thingy, Master Chrome. So this is I got. So I hope you can see the glow. It's very blinding. But I'm going to apply with this kind of brush in future. I'm not sure of, because my hands and my other brushes work perfectly fine. So as you can see, my highlighter is also done. Now I'm going to like do the same and apply a base for my. So I've got a lot of brushes for the eye, as you can see. Wait, I'm showing you guys. Like the rest of the brushes I have are eye brushes only. These are all eye brushes. So I'm going to use this brush, some kind of brush to. So I'm going to use this brush. I hope you can see. They have no number or nothing to like give it a base. So for the base, I'm just using a white foundation, concealer, sorry, for my base, to lay my base of eye primer. I'm not doing much for my eyes, guys. I'm just willing to test. Eventually you have to use your finger only. Okay, so as you can see, I'm going to dust it off with the brush it is. I have no idea what kind of brush it is. It is not going to work for my crease. Oh my god, I don't have a crease brush, so I'm going to use this brush. So I'm going to just do a simple plain eye color. It's really pigmented, as you can see. I hope you can see. The brush works fine, like they're not faulty, but there are some certain brushes which are missing. That's it. Rest of the brushes which they have, the qualities are really stiff, like they are a bit stiff, the eye brushes especially. They are stiff, but they are workable. Like if you're finding something, a brush in a cheap price, it's very workable. So I'm going to blend that with another brush, this kind of small brush. Like I'm doing this windshield wiper motion. I'm going to use my bronzer again. I'm not doing much for my eyes, guys. And deepen the outer ring with the bronzer itself. And then I'm going to put some like this hot pink color in my outer V. I hope you can see. The first one I laid was like a really light pink color, then I dusted it with the brown, and I've made an angle with this, like it give an uplift like thing to your face. Let's uplift your face. So I hope you can see. And then I'm going to lay with, I hope you can, no, I'm not going to use this brush. I'm going to use, yeah, this brush. I hope you can see this round tip side, something shimmery, light pink shimmery color on my lips. Or else you can use your highlighter also. I hope you can see. It's have reflecting gold like finish, but it's not gold, it's actually pink color. So I hope you can see. So this is one eye all complete. So guys, as you can see, my both eyes are complete. So I have applied a little bit of blue liner with this brush. Sorry, with this brush, liner brush, like really tapered small brush. With this I have applied this blue liner. It's not a liner actually, it's that blue color from my palette. I have used that with the help of this brush. I have applied it as a liner. So you can see it's on fleek. The both eyes are even after all. So after that I don't have to do much for my brows actually. I don't do much for my brows, so I just going to spoolie them. Yeah. And apply some brow gel. Okay, I'm going to apply some brow gel. So I hope you can see. Any type of brow gel you have, it's glossy at first. It's not going to stay glossy. It's going to soak it out. It's going to dry and look good. So yeah. So as you can see, my brows are all done, but they're naturally very dark, so I don't have to do much for my brows. So for the lips, I'm going to use another this. You can use this brush also, this angle brush for the liner part. So I'm going to use this dome kind of brush for my lips. I don't line my lips, guys. Then you can use any kind of gloss you have. This is a gloss from Lakme. This is an Indian brand. I know you can't see the writing over it. It's from Lakme. It's like gloss. I have been using this for like a month. It's a tube gloss. It's not coming out. Okay, so as you can see, okay, so the look is complete, guys. If you have a setting spray, use that. I don't have one. My one is finished and I'm not getting the one. So this is all look complete. You can see I look very good. So thank you guys for watching. See you guys later. Bye.